Hey everybody, Mike here once again. Welcome to my video. It's middle of September, about 4 o'clock, and it's actually close to 90 degrees. I think it's like 87, 88 degrees out here, so it is a hot one. And if you watched my last video, I kind of went over some of the mods that I have in here, kind of gave you an update on what's working, what isn't working, and actually everything pretty much is working. But one of the things that I did mention are my seats, and I was planning on, and I want to, and I'm going to, kind of glue them down, kind of use some adhesive, because there's a gap between them, and they kind of move around a little bit whenever I'm getting in and out of the car, and kind of annoys me a little bit. So I bought some fabric adhesive. So I'm going to actually take at least the driver's seat now today, and take the seat out and redo that cover, and actually use some adhesive to put it down on the actual seat, the seat bottom. I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to show you what bolts you have to undo on the seats to pull those out of there. And mine actually has the power seat as well, so there's a clip in the back that I have to undo. It's like a wired connection, and I'm going to pull the seats out, and we're going to go ahead and put some adhesive on these, and hopefully it kind of holds the seat covers a little bit better to the seat pads themselves, and it'll be a little bit better. So that being said, I'm going to go ahead and show you how to take out your seat. Alright, so here's my seat and the cover. And as you can see, there is kind of a gap here with the seat cover and the actual seat itself. So what I'm going to do is pull this out and go ahead and put some adhesive on here to get it so it stays a little bit better. And to be able to pull it out, I'm actually going to kind of show you what to do. So go ahead and pull this all the way forward. Let me see if I can do it while I'm holding the camera. Okay, so I went ahead and I pulled it forward. And I'm also going to flip the latch, and as you can see, oh, there's my pen. I wonder where that went. So you can see we have a bolt here, and there's also one over here, which are the back bolts that we're going to undo. And on mine, like I said, I have a power seat. So underneath, I don't know if I'm going to be able to show it or not, but underneath here, can't show it to you, but underneath there, there's actually a clip on there that I have to undo as far as the power cable. And then in the front, let me push this back in. The front, we have a bolt there and a bolt right there, so we're going to undo those. And then the one that's a real pain in the neck is actually, and pull it forward again, is actually the seat belt. Shoot, I went too far forward. The seatbelt bolt is right down there, and that uses it's a torque nut, torque screw, whatever you want to call it, but yeah, torque screw, and that you kind of have to lift the seat up to even get to that in the first place. But I'm going to go ahead, I'm going to start undoing these bolts, undo that one, and pull the seat out. All right, so this. The bolts that are holding the seats in are 15 millimeters. So I'm going to go ahead, actually I kind of loosened it already, but I'm going to go ahead and loosen that one just a little bit, and then on up here, loosen this one. Okay, and there it is. And then back to this one. Okay, and that one's loose. I'm going to go ahead and pull the seat forward. And put this forward, and go ahead and do these ones. Alright, it was tough to do hold on to the camera at the same time, so I went ahead and I got both of those bolts off of there. Now the tricky part is going to be messing with the seat belt torque screw that's down there. So I'm going to go ahead and lift this up with a block of wood, or I'm going to find something, kind of lift this up to angle it so I can actually get a hold of it. But first I got to undo the connection for the power seat that's on the back here. Alright, so I went ahead and I found a little paint can, lifted the seat up on that can to get it up off the bottom of the floor of the car, and under here is the clip that I need to undo, which is real simple. And then it also gives me access to the seat belt bolt there. So I'm going to go ahead and unclip that and take out this bolt. It's pretty easy, pulls right out of there. And next is going to be this bolt here. Alright, so I'm actually using a T50 torque socket, which is what fits into the seat belt holder. I already loosened it from before, but to make it easier so I can hold the camera and show you what's going on here. Okay, and there it is. And actually, if you looked, try to pay attention to how this is on here as far as the way it goes on there, because if you kind of have it twisted the wrong way, then when you try to put the seat belt on, it's not going to be come around your lap or around your shoulder right. So anyway, that's off, that's disconnected. Now it's time to go ahead and muscle this thing and take it out of the car. Alright, the seat is out and it's up on my my work table here. So the first thing I'm going to do is actually take this cover off the back to make it a little bit easier to remove the back, as you'll see once I take this cover off what we need to do after that. And then once that's removed, I can go ahead, I can remove this cover and then remove the leather seat part, put my cloth seat back on, and then adhesive this the new cover to the cloth part, because I don't want to actually do any adhesive to the actual padding of the seat just in case I need to change it again. I'd rather mess up the old cloth one that I have rather than the actual padded part itself. So let me go ahead and start taking this cover off and show you what to do after that. Okay, seat cover's off. Here is the padding that I actually used for the lumbar support in the back. I might do something different with this as well before I start putting that seat back on. But now we can actually start taking the back part off. And the way we need to do that is, let me kind of turn it around here to the other side. There's actually this pin right here. It's like a little clip. We're going to have to take that clip off. There's also one on the other side. And then what happens is this actually holds on with this bolt. The back part has like a little hook thing under here. So I'm going to go ahead and disconnect that clip, hit the other one, and then there's also another bolt that I have to take off, I believe on this side as well, if I remember right. I think there's one on there, but I can't remember for sure. But here's the other clip on this side, right down in here. So I'm going to take those two off and tilt it forward, and we should be good to get this the back part off. And then pull it out from the other side. And there we go. There's the clip. And I need to do the same thing with this side as well. Just kind of push the screwdriver in there and you kind of push it off. And there it goes. Of course it fell down in here, which is no big deal, because it pulls it right back out. So there is the other clip. So So now I believe I can just kind of lean it forward. And it should come off that little post. Alright, which other side? There we go. There's the one. Oh, that's really stuck on there. There we go. And there's the other one. So it is off. Alright, so now I'm going to go ahead and take off the actual padding itself. And let me just go ahead and flip it over. So with this seat pad, and you won't, you may not have this already since I already have mine on, but I actually kind of clipped everything together. These are the straps of the seat pad, I'm sorry, the seat cover itself, and I just kind of hooked them together to kind of hold the front and the back together. So I'm going to go ahead and undo all of those, and it should come right off. And then I have the original leather seat. I have to take that cover off as well. So let me go ahead and do that. Okay, and the pad or seat cover is off. Okay, now here's the original leather seat. In order to take this off, I have to take off this bolt here because it's actually attached to this metal piece which kind of holds the leather on. And then there's another one on this side as well. Right here, got to take this one off. And then I can just turn it over. And the other thing that's a little bit of a pain in the neck is actually the power button, because that's kind of a weird, it's kind of in there kind of weird, so you'll see in a second. But let me go ahead and I'm going to loosen these two bolts, take these off of here, and then I will work on the other part. Okay, it's off, and here was that plug in the back for the power seat. Here's the actual power motor, and in front here is the switch for the power seat for going up and down. So I need to take this switch out, and what that means is I actually have to unbolt these bolts because this whole metal contraption is what kind of holds this in here, and then the switch itself kind of goes around and goes inside here. So let me go ahead and take that apart and show you how that works. This is actually 10 millimeter bolts. Right in here is the plug that we have to disconnect to be able to pull the switch out. And it's kind of weird the way it's in there, so I'm going to try to disconnect that, and it's kind of L-shaped. I had some difficulty with it before because it's in there pretty tight. But I'm going to go ahead and unclip this and work it out of there, and then once I do that, this whole black cover can come off. Alright, here it is. I think it's very stubborn. This is it right here. It's the power switch. Okay, with that out, I can actually take the whole seat cover off. And actually, the padding just kind of sits on there as well. Now this green part, this green is actually the little bit extra padding that I put on the seat for myself, and just to make it a little bit more comfortable. Not sure if I'm going to leave that in there or not. I haven't decided yet. And there's actually Velcro that holds the seat to the padding as well. But because I had this padding under here that I added, it kind of threw off the Velcro part. But as you can see, here's the Velcro, kind of holds the seat cover onto the padding itself. It looks like some of it was missing here. So I'll re-glue those ones back in. Alright, so I went and I bought some of this at, I think it was at Walmart, this Scotch Super 77 multi-purpose adhesive. But if you see on here, it says it bonds the fabric, cardboard, plastic, all kinds of stuff. So it's supposed to be pretty strong. So what I'm going to do is, for right now, I'm actually going to go ahead and spray those couple of Velcro pieces that came off to get those on there. So whenever I do put the cloth seat cover back on, it'll go ahead and stick to that Velcro. Alright, I'm going to try to make a long story short here. When I originally had bought my Sky, it actually had cloth seats, and I didn't want the cloth seats, so I went on eBay and I got some leather seats. And the leather seats, one of them came with just the cover, and the other one was a cover in the seat itself. So I have the original cloth padding that came with the original Sky seats, along with the padding with the leather seats. Well, the one you just saw me kind of take the leather off of, that was the original padded seats that came with the leather. So what I'm going to do is I'm actually going to go ahead and use the original padding for the cloth seats, so everything kind of matches the way I originally bought it. So anyway, so when you see it that the padding is going to be a little bit different, that is why, because I'm using the original padding from the seat that whenever I bought my Sky. So anyway, I just kind of wanted to tell you that, so whenever you say, hey, that padding looks different than the other one, that's why, because it is from a different seat. So but not that being the case, it actually has a couple of the Velcro pieces missing as well, so I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to adhere those with that adhesive right now. Okay, so just trying to do a little bit of repair here. This padding tore, I guess, from everybody getting out of the seat. Kind of pulled this this piece away a little bit, so that tore. So I'm hoping the glue will hold there. I might actually put a piece of tape on there just to double hold it, but we'll see what happens. So I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to let this dry and come back and we'll put the other seat on. Okay. Alright, I think that's on there pretty good. Now I'm just going to go ahead and turn it over and hook up the straps to it. Now, how they hook the cover onto the pad is actually have these little hooks here, this one there, and I got this one up front. It's going to hook onto here, and then here's one up here as well. It's going to hook onto here. I'm still going to go ahead and reconnect this piece, that metal bar that's in here, and reconnect the plug to the power button. So I'm going to go ahead and do that, get this all on here, and then I should be able to start looking at adding the adhesive and everything to the new seat cover. Okay, the power switch is in. Now I'm just going to hook up the little straps here. That'll tighten everything back up. Those are in. Now I just have to reconnect these bolts here on the sides, and then I'll start working on the other pad. Alright, so here we go. We got the cloth pad put back on. And all I need to do is do the adhesive and spray the other one on. Or spray the adhesive on and put the other cover on. Alright, so I got the seat cover on the pad, and I'm going to now go ahead and spray it with the adhesive and put the new seat cover on there. And the thing I'm going to do is I'm going to spray it, put the seat cover on there, but not wrap it around the sides. I'm going to just kind of let it sit, maybe put something heavy on there. To keep it on there, make sure it sticks there, and then I'm going to go ahead and come back and then do the sides and wrap them around the sides. So let me go ahead and spray the adhesive on this bad boy, and hopefully it works. I already turned this inside out. To pull up the sides here like this. So I'm just going to go ahead and make sure this is kind of tacky. Go ahead a little bit more. Yeah, I'm also going to spray a little bit on here as well. Well, that does stick. Alright, so I'm going to go ahead and find something to put on here to add some weight to kind of hold it. Probably a book over here. I'm going to let that sit up for a few minutes, and I'll go ahead and spray the sides and wrap the sides of the new cover over top of it. And then I'll tie down the bottoms or underneath, and we should be good to go. Alright, let's go ahead and do the rest of it now. It's down there nice and tight, but as soon as I put these sides on, I think it's going to be even better. So I'm going to go ahead and spray. I'm going to go ahead and spray the sides and wrap these down, and we should be good to go. Didn't want to do that. everything connected underneath. Actually, it's a nice tight fit on the bottom here. Sides are a little bit wrinkly, but that's going to be done kind of at the bottom near the sill anyway. But it should be on there pretty good. The main thing I was looking at was this bottom piece here, making sure that kind of stayed in place as I'm getting in and out of the car. And this is done nice as well. So the only thing I have to do now is go ahead and connect the back up and reinstall it back in the car.
You have your leftover thing, or Pepsi, or I can give you leftover iced tea. Blue drink?
Iced tea. Nah, iced tea's good.
Okay. How much longer are you going to be?
Just a minute.
You know these pork chops are close. They probably are.
Alright. The back is on. I just now have to put the cover back on. Alright, back of the seats all installed and ready to go. All I need to do now is put it back in the car. Alright, I got the seat back in. Looks really good. As you can see here, it looks like it is kind of staying down. It's not pushing back up like it used to. So hopefully that adhesive is strong enough and keeps it like that for a while. And as you can see here, I still put that memory foam back there for some lumbar support. So anyway, I'm going to give it some time. If anything looks really terrible or anything doesn't work out, I'll let you know. Other than that, I think it looks good, and hopefully it stays that way. So if you're new to this video or to my channel, go ahead and please subscribe. If you're already a subscriber, I will keep you updated on other kind of stuff that I'm working on with my Sky. Hope you like this video. Please hit share, like, subscribe, everything. Let everybody know about it, and I will see you in the next video.